Hello, hello, hello. Yes, it's 9:30. However, I've had a very busy day, so I could not come at you live any sooner. All right, so this is going to be nice and quick, okay? I'm going to show you. So, okay, a little background story here, I guess. My brows have never been the topic of conversation by any means. They have a pretty good natural shape, but they are very light in a lot of areas. Hi, John. In a lot of areas, right? So, I never actually used to bother with my brows because the shape was fine. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever, it's fine. But man, the difference when you actually take a few minutes to do your brows. I'm going to do one, don't mind the coughing child in the back. It's almost time for her medicine again, but not yet. I am going to do one brow with my brow pencil. This is my go-to, my #1 thing that I absolutely love. I'm waving. Kyrie wants me to wave at you, Jess. So this is my #1 thing that I absolutely love. Look, if I put this on and throw on some lipstick, that's what I did today. I had no foundation on. I had no BB cream on. My skin's all kinds of different tones everywhere. You can see my redness. This is from when I used to wax my eyebrows. And I have not waxed my eyebrows probably in 3 years. And yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. It's still red. And it just gets like that from time to time. If I'm hot or whatever, it just all of a sudden will be red. So I'm going to do one brow with the brow pencil. I love this thing. And then the other brow I'm going to do with the brow palette. This is the brunette brow palette. There is a blonde and a dark brunette. This takes a little bit more time, and I'm Little Miss Makeup in the car, so that's why I usually do this. Excuse me. I'm also much more precise with the brush and can do it really fast, so that's why I use that. All right, so we're gonna start off with the palette, and brows are very personal to however you want them. If you want them thick, if you want them thin, if you want them arched, if you want them straight. I mean, it's everybody's personal, choice. But I usually just go with the shape that my brows are in. If you want to know any like trick tip, if you're not sure really, very simple, okay? You can take this, you can take a pencil, you can take a brush, you can take anything you have around, okay? You should always start your brows. See, you line it up with your nose right here, right? So this is where your brows should start, okay? Your arch should be right over your eye. Same, next to your nose, right? And then you should end it where your eye ends. Okay? So where your eye ends, arch, start. Okay? So that's how we do it. That's how we do it. So I am going to see, I don't like mine very dark. So even for me, the brunette palette, even though others have told me it's not too dark, I feel like it's too dark for me. So I use the lightest shade on here to fill it in. I will use this one here for outlining a little bit, and then just the other one for the inside. So we are going to, I'll start with the outline, and I'm using a flat liner shader brush. I have a angled brow brush, but it's not as thin as that one, so I like this one. All right, so just a little tiny line, Okay, and I'm not going to look at you because I have my mirror here because I can't, with all the comments and the people and whatever, I can't actually see what I'm doing on here. So I'm going to line, and I just follow the angle, see, the angle of my brow, and same thing on the top. And I'm just like barely touching. So I'm just like basically touch like this. Okay. So after that is done, I'm going to do a little bit on the front here. And some people like the front of their brows to look like lighter and like gradually get darker. Baby girl, you okay? Drink some water. I like mine to be pretty much all one even color. Wave, I waved. I waved. Okay. So I like everything to be pretty much an even darkness, I guess. I don't do the whole feathered front and blah, blah, blah. That's too fancy and ain't nobody got time for that. Okay. So that's pretty much it. Because this thing is so dark, sometimes all I do is just kind of brush it in here. Okay. Now our brow palette, I'm going to fill this little bitty part right here with the light color. Okay, so our brow palette does have a couple of different highlighters for under the brow, for your brow bone here, and for above it, and then it's got a setting gel. So I'm going to bed. I'm not going to be using any of that right now. Just, it comes in the palette. So you would just like dab it on underneath, dab the other one on the top, and put the gel. You get the idea. Okay, so that is the brow palette. I mean, that's already like a huge difference, you know? All right, so now we're gonna, I am wasting an application doing this because I love y'all. And I've gotten lately a lot of questions on brows. So, all right, so same thing, except now we're just going to do it with the pencil. So I'll outline, you know, and then just fill in. Like, it's really not difficult. So same thing on here. I was always good at drawing and staying within the lines. So this works for me. You guys may not be able to see the difference too much in color, but in real life I can tell the difference. It's a lot. Like, this is way lighter, and this is just a medium brow pencil. Sorry, I randomly spew out Mario Brothers theme songs. It happens. There you go. That's it. No big fuss, nothing. It's very easy, very simple. I choose to follow the natural arch of my brows. Some people like to get fancy with it, do other stuff. It's not for me. Brows are very simple. So this is the brow palette result. And then this is the brow pencil result. This is just a little bit dark for me, so I like the brow pencil. But I do keep this on hand in case I'm ever out of my brow pencil because this is a very popular item and sometimes it goes off stock before I realize that I need another one. And so that's when I have to wake up a few minutes earlier and do the palette. So I keep that on hand just in case. Brows are important, people. Brows matter. Brows define your face. They frame your face. They give you expression. So brows are important. So that's it. That was my brow tutorial for the evening. Again, very easy. Just take this and put it to the end of your nose. This is where your brow should start. Okay. This is where your brow should arch. And this is where your brow should end. Okay. This part right here does not move. You just that's your brow. Okay. All right, peeps. Well, you all have a fantastic evening. Cześć, Anya. And I am going to now go wash my face and put on my night cream and go to bed because I've had a long day. So, good night. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys have any questions or anything you want to know, I will tell you what I know about brows. It's not a whole lot, but I'm very proud of my brows nowadays. So, anything you want to know, ask. Thank you and good night.